So I just filled up that little tiny watering can with some fertilizer. And this is the Alaska fish fertilizer. Because I am going to not only feed my plants for the first time, my little seedlings for the first time, that's why I made the fertilizer, but we're also going to do an experiment with soil blocking. So this fertilizer, it says 2 tablespoons per gallon of water. Well, because I am fertilizing my babies for the first time, I did not even close to half that, not even a quarter of that in this 1 gallon of water. And I like this spout because it can pour on the soil and not all over the plant. So let me show you what I've got going on here. First of all, I am overrun with starts, as you can see here. These are all the things that I've transplanted, plus over there, and I have some more over there, and I'm gonna start some more seeds. Crazy, I know. But what I'm gonna do today is anything that has 2 sets of true leaves on it, I am going to go through and fertilize. So something like this, I am not going to fertilize. Something like, say, this, or this, or this, or this, I am going to fertilize. So I'm gonna do that really fast, and then we'll get to the fun part of more seed starting. Okay, now that everything that needed a drink got a drink, it is time to do some seed starting in these soil blocks that I made. So I've got some sun gold tomatoes, some pineapple tomatoes, some verde tomatillos, and some Mongolian giant sunflowers. I have some salmon asters, some bright red asters, and some echinacea. That these 3 just came out of the refrigerator after a month of being cold stratified. And I am going to find their partners in my seed container. And those ones have not been stratified, and I'm going to plant them side by side to see if there's any difference between stratifying and not stratifying. And in case you are wondering what cold stratifying is, some seeds need to have a certain amount of cold temperatures to help them grow. Not all the time, it can be done without doing it, but you know, I guess that it helps them germinate better. So that is what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to be a fan of this. I've tried it before, and well, I didn't use it this year until just now. I went ahead and added the blue tape down here. And so now I'm just gonna figure out what I want to grow. Where? Sunflowers, I know you can do sunflowers right in the ground, but I'm just doing them in here. Tomatillos, 1 row of pineapple tomatoes, 1 row of sun gold, echinacea, and then the asters. So I'm actually gonna do 1 row of the sunflowers, 1 row of tomatillos, 1 row of the pineapple, 2 rows of these. Let me find these 3 and we'll get to it. Gosh, there are so many flowers that I still want to seed, but I think, or that I still want to grow, but I think I'm going to direct sow them. So I'm just going to refrain from looking at them. All right, so I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to just draw a line like so. I'm just going to write what they are. Pineapple, tomato. We're gonna do echinacea in all of these, but 2 of them are gonna be the cold stratified and 2 are gonna be regular. Dude, see? I already messed that up. Bright red. Salmon aster. At least they look different. The bright reds are, well, red, and the salmon are not. Wow, look at the size of those sunflower seeds. Those things are massive. Holy, I don't know if they'll work in here. I don't think those are going to work for the soil blocking. They're just too big. We got to figure something else to go there. Really? And I'm just trying to go one tomatillo seed per, because I don't want a lot of them. So most of those are just going to be given away. So there's only 10 of these sun gold tomato seeds, and I have 2 rows right here that are going to have 8. I think for this row right here, I'm going to find some other flowers that I want to plant. I've never grown these before, and I haven't started these yet, so I'm going to put them in here. And I just have to remember to change the name there. I'm going to get these covered up really quick with just a light dusting of something to cover the tops of them. Okay, I'm going to do these ones over here, and oops. And I'll be back. All right, so now that I got this one filled, I'm just going to go again and do what I did over here with some covering on top, some, I don't even know what this is, but it came in these little pucks in one of these trays, and I just didn't use it, so I got it wet, and it's just very airy and light. So I figured it would be good covering for it. I did put some snapdragon seeds down here, and they are so microscopic and small that I just spread them on the top of the soil block. So I'm just going to cover these things kind of all over, and then once that's done, I'm just going to spray them, the tops of them, with a spray bottle. And then once they start sprouting, I'll go ahead and bottom water. I think I'll kind of come in high at first, just to dampen the top part so that it doesn't fly away. And then I'll come back in a little bit closer to make sure that it's well soiled. Okay, now that that is done, I have to carefully put them over on the heat mats over there. These trays are super flimsy, so I need to make sure to be very careful as to not drop them, because that would suck. I'm going to go ahead and put the humidity domes on these guys for now. I will leave them on there for probably 24 hours or until tomorrow, and then I will take them off for a couple hours a day and then put them back on at night, making sure that I am ever so diligent and putting those rocks on top of these. Okay, so I'll be back in a few days to just kind of give a little bit of update on these flowers. For the sake of full transparency, I messed up big time, and it could have been bad, but I think I may have caught it just in time. So I've been coming into the greenhouse, well, I come in here every day, I practically live in here, and I started noticing some of the plants just are not doing very well and they're dying, and I think that has to do with the soil that I put in these cups. I just don't think it drains enough. I think that it's very soggy and it stays wet for a long time. And so what I did yesterday is I came in here and I replanted. I started to replant anyway. So that is what I need to do, is I need to get in here and get my hands dirty. Some of these are just beyond fixing. But like, so this one here, like I didn't even water this today or yesterday. I think this is from like a couple days ago, and it's just so wet. Plus the fact, I also think because it is getting a lot hotter in here, so I do need to plug my fan back in so I can get the heats kind of circulating in the greenhouse. But yeah, kind of a bummer to put all that work into starting seeds and then have them start to die. So I'm just gonna come in here and start doing what I was doing yesterday, which basically is I've made sure to make this soil so that it's very light, very airy, very fluffy, so that it can get really good drainage. I added a lot of the perlite and some coconut coir in here as well. So hopefully that will mitigate this problem. But what I'm doing is I'm just gently coming in here, and again, like, that's from a while ago, watering a couple days ago, and that's not good. So I'm just gonna put it back in the same cup, but I'm adding different soil in here in hopes that it will make a difference, because I do not want all of that planning to be for naught. So, and I have a container below me here where I'm putting all the soil, because it's good soil, it's just too compact. And then what I'm doing is I'm just getting as much of that soil out of there, taking my dowel, putting that in there. I went a little deep there, but, and then just putting these new little seedlings in here. And then I'm just taking a light handful of whatever this stuff is, I don't even know what it is, and just putting it over top to kind of help retain moisture, but not too much. That's kind of the goal here, is moisture, but not too much. So I'm gonna get that done and taken care of, and hopefully I will be able to salvage most of these little babies. All right, it has been just over a little over a week, about a week and 3 days since I started these seeds in this soil blocking here. And I'm just gonna say, I don't think I'm a fan, because they dry out really fast, and I've only got one thing growing here. These are marigolds. And then I've got these three are the only things that are growing in these ones, and these are asters here. So, and I come in here every single day and I check on this every single day, and I water it every single day because it just dries out really fast. So I definitely do not think that I am a fan of soil blocking. I probably won't do much of it in the future. I do like the idea that there's no plastic waste, but oh look, there might be another thing. So I just noticed that there is another one growing here, and that is some calendula. But still, after that long, only having that amount of things to sprout it's pretty slow. But I am going to keep at it. I'm just going to hopefully, you know, it'll take you know, another week before things really start germinating, and maybe I'll change my mind, but I doubt it because, again, like I said, they just dry out really, really fast. So, yeah, and then also, like I showed, I was having problems in here with my pepper seeds just not doing well, and I think it was because of heat and too much water. And so I went ahead and changed the soil in a lot of those peppers, and they seem to be doing better, but there are still some, like this one here and this one here, that just are not going to make it. So you win some, you lose some, I guess. But yeah, so the next step is to start hardening these babies off so I can get them outside. That is it. There is a couple of things that I need to get to today, right now. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope that this inspires you to get out and grow a garden of your own. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.